think about it, Whitley? It. I don't know, man. I don't know. You ever hear an interesting rumor about yourself, Whitley? You know what I heard today?
What?
You never guess what I heard today.
Hey, Michael, this is Whitley. I just wanted to get in touch with you. You're interested in a
She rude as fuck.
Okay.
You see this bullshit? You see the fake guru demand letter?
So it's 5201 days 11.
That's
I'm going to go do it right now.
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, that's fine. Just whenever you
Oleums.
5201 days 11. It's gonna be,
That's her permanent marker mark.
once you get it, once you get there, just give me a call off this number and I'll be in touch with you. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. Anytime is good.
Can y'all hear Whitley? I'm got this shared out in the Facebook group.
Hello. You're cutting out.
Didn't. What the?
That'll work. Thank you. You too. Now.
What'd you do, Whitley?
Now what was your rumor about?
So the rumor I heard about myself this morning was that I got sued for $1 million.
Somebody's big hating, ain't they?
That I got sued for $1 million. So I was sued for $1 million. Now I don't know if I lost the lawsuit. I don't know if I won the lawsuit, but I was sued for $1 million allegedly.
You should sue some of these haters for that.
That's what the internet's told me.
The internet?
The internet's.
The internet's told you, or did someone personally tell you?
Well, somebody told me that they've seen it on the internet's, which is the same thing.
It's too much drama.
Do what?
Too much drama.
Too much drama?
They should put all that work into the internet into calling leads or something.
No, man. They do it. They on a completely other level. They sued me for $1 million. I don't know if I paid the $1 million. I don't know if we're currently in the lawsuit, and I just hadn't been made aware. All I got is this fake demand letter that they sent to the wrong address. Sent it to my dad's address because they're too fucking stupid to find my address. So always interesting. I really should have had all this ready with me. Instead, getting in this bitch. Okay. Can I break down? I don't know what. I don't know how I need to do this. Okay. Get some live action. Live action. Got my phone here. I'm going to show you how to break down 16 units. This is a deal we're selling right now. Right now. I'm going to show it. Not going to be able to. Going to see what we end up with. All right, so Whitley, help me out. Hamilton. Yes. What are we getting for rent on Boyette? What are we getting? $595. Some are $620. Why the difference? So you got two for $620 and some for $595?
Yeah, but you told me when we first got it, if I got some over 600, you pay me 600, so that's what happened.
Huh. So we're getting $595. What about the ones that already live there?
Oh, they pay $350.
8 times $595. Do you know how many pay $595? actually, Whitley, so slow.
Shut up.
So we got five.
Wilmington,
Yes, Boynton.
1, 2, 3 pay $5.95.
3 pay $5.95.
1 pays $6.18.
1 pays $6.18.
1 pays $3.95. And 2 pay $4.25.
1 pays what?
1 pays $3.95, and then 2 pay $4.25.
Okay. And 1 is vacant, but you had it
2 are
rented.
vacant, actually.
Which 2?
Actually, the one that I told you, 2 and 7. So actually, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on the 8 duplex, and I've got. So mark off one of those $5.95s. So it's 2 right now.
What happened to number 7?
She got evicted.
Well, she's still there.
No, she's not. She shouldn't be.
Is it ready?
Nope. There, she's getting ready this week.
Okay. 7 was one of our original tenants, so she wasn't paying $5.95. Actually, I don't know why I wrote 7. Needs to be 2.
Yeah, needs to be 2.
She wouldn't. That one will. So 3 are paying $5.95.
Yes, 3 are paying $5.95.
1's paying
Wait,
$6.18.
You've got me confused.
I don't got you. Got me confused.
2 are paying $5.95 right now. 1 is paying $6.18. 1 is paying $3.95, and 2 are paying $4.25.
Okay.
It needs to be a 2. Why do you have a 3 up there still?
Because you're an asshole.
No, you're just not.
You're yelling at me, Whitley.
Not paying attention.
Okay.
Bye.
So we're off to a rocky start. We're going to delete the whole first half of this video. So now 2 are vacant. 2 are vacant. Number 2 was rented. Was one of the ones that was rented for $5.95. Don't know what happened to her. She moved in. She came. She saw. She conquered. Next thing we know, she's gone. So all the rest of them, we can pretty much settle that the market rent is around $5.95. We were getting $6.18. We rented 2 at $6.18. One of them we had to move to the other apartments in town that Whitley left, so we don't know what the rent is over there. But we can pretty much concur that $5.95 is market rent. Now, these people, these $4.25 people, it's $3.95. We need to raise it, no doubt about it. But the goal would be to get these 3 to $500. Okay. You want to average $500 per door. Now, the other 8 units. So this is 8. This is 8 units. The other 8 units are in a separate location, and it's a mixture. All of these are 2-bedroom, 1 bath. All these are exact same floor plan, exact same everything. The other one is a mixture of 2 beds and 1 bed. So we've got 4 2 bedrooms and 4 one bedrooms. As you can see, 2 bedrooms will have 4 at $5.95, and then we'll have 4. And this is where it gets a little tricky. So the 1 bedrooms, we should be able to rent for at least $4.95, I would think, but some of them are probably going to be like $4.50ish. So we're gonna put them at $4.95 though. Okay. Now, I want to carry an average right here, but we're not going to. We're going to run this off actuals right now. Again, these 16 units, we can see it, are being sold for $350K. Turnkey as is. So, out of the proceeds of the sale, actually we're selling them for $300K, and then we're doing a $50,000 improvement to the property afterwards, like basically like we're the GC. We just figured out how to structure that to where, as far as the moving parts, because if we sell it and then we go do the repairs, we're now investing money into an asset we don't own. Makes it really hard to show what that was. the end of the year to the CPA. So we're selling it for $300,000, and we are doing a $50,000 improvement to it out of the proceeds of the sale. So I'm going to add this up so y'all can kind of see. The cool thing about these 16 units, anytime you're in this $600 a month price range, okay, anytime you're in this $600 a month price range, here's some things you need to realize. $600 a month property, the hot water heater costs the same amount as a $1,200 a month property, okay? You know, some of those bigger, bushier places have bigger, bushier hot water heaters, so the hot water heater will go up. But, you know, when you've got a 2-bed, 2-bath, and you've probably got a 30 to 50-gallon hot water heater, that's probably what you got, you know, in a 3-bed, 2-bath. You might have 2 hot water heaters in a 3-bed, 2-bath, but essentially what I'm saying is your cost of maintenance, your roofs, your appliances, all of that stuff costs the same, but you're collecting less rent. Therefore, your expense ratio is going to be higher, where an appraiser will normally come in at a 40% expense ratio, that you're going to end up spending 40% of your proceeds maintaining the property. And lower amount rent, that could be as high as 45, 50%. Okay? I want you to know that. Now, if you're in a situation where it's all bills paid, like you're paying the water bill, you're paying water bills are real dangerous ones. We just had a leak that we couldn't find. Finally, it showed itself. Our bill went from $1,300 a month all the way to $3,700 a month before it showed itself big enough that we could find it. We had different plumbers go out and look for it, everything. Could not find it. Finally found it. It was the water company's fault. So we're fighting right now with the water company to get all that credited back. But until then, it's just every single month. Like, do we have a running toilet? Can, you know, where is this coming from? Water bills are dangerous animals. These 16 units are all individually metered. They pay their own gas, they pay their own electric, and they pay their own water. So you don't have any of those expenses. The only expense you're going to have is you're going to have to mow the property, and any repairs, anything that you're going to have to do. These all also have washer and dryer hookups. They're very good units. Good units. Okay. The town is 3,000 people. The reason why I put that in the title line is because it matters. In a town of 3,000 people, if you go build something for $100 a square foot, you got to be able to rent that $100 a square foot that you built for at least $900 to get any sort of kind of return. Okay. More like $1,200. Can you do that? Can you come in and build next to me? These are 800 square foot units. Can you come in and build next to me and undercut me? No, you can't. So I don't have to worry about somebody coming in and adding inventory to the town and driving my costs down. Every year that town will have more people in it, and every single year it'll have less places to live. So that's why you're insulated in a town this small. So let's do it. Let's see where we're at. Obviously, we've got 2 vacant. I'm going to figure those in at $595, okay, because they'll both be rented here lickety split. So $595 times 4 is $2,380. Somebody write that down. Plus $618 plus $395 plus $425, $3818. Then you got $3818, $495. I don't think I did something right. Okay. Oh man, I hate running calculators. 3818 plus. Okay, I've got around $8,000 a month rent right now as it sits. So actually a little bit higher, but you can see here where your value add is going to be. We're projecting this property fully stabilized. It's going to be around $8,000 a month. Okay, I wanted to show where it was actually, but I suck at calculating, and I didn't write it down. So this one's bringing in $3818 a month, and This one's bringing in 43, 36, 360 a month. Bad at writing today, guys. I'm on my C game. On my C game. Okay. Austin Ingram, don't have time. Sorry, buddy. Should have looked before you called. So we're 81.78. Gross rents. Okay. Now, remember what I told you. If you're paying all the bills, on this particular units, if you're paying everything, okay, you're going to be at like 60% expense ratio. This one, this includes property management. You're probably going to be between 40, 45, maybe as high as 50. So that's vacancy loss, everything. So 81.78 times, we're going to put that you're only going to get away with half that, just to underwrite it conservatively. So times 0.5, 4,000 times 12 months in a year, it's $49,000 NOI. Austin, leave me a voicemail. $49,000 NOI. Okay, $49,000 NOI. I want to say this is going to be a 12 cap property. Okay, so I'm going to divide it by 0.12. And you see it's a $408,000 property. The reason why I put it at a 12 cap, I think it can come in better. I think it'll come in much better. If it comes in at a 10 cap with a $49,000 NOI, it's a $500,000 property. I think one, the NOI is going to be higher. Two, I think I need to write that down. Need to write it down. Erase all of this and put the NOI, because that's the most important part whenever you're figuring out what a multifamily is worth. You need to be able to figure out what the NOI is. I just ran you through it like really, really fast. So I'm going to leave the gross rents up there. But NOI, yearly NOI equals $49K at 50% expense ratio. I think that's high, but all of that is relative. Okay, all of that's relative. So $49,000 NOI at a 12 cap, it's worth $408K. So I'm gonna write down here 12 cap, $408K. 10 cap, probably the best this property could do, will be $490K. Now, what you're going to look at, you want to know what your DSCR, okay? Debt, can't see that, service, coverage, ratio. Okay. This is because you're going to be buying the property with debt. You always figure what the property is going to be worth as a cash purchase. The reason why is your access to debt is going to be different than mine. Mine's going to be different than yours. Ours is going to be different than Jacob's. Everybody's going to have a different interest rate, a different AM schedule. They're going to have different access to different types of debt. It's not all the way across the board, so you always figure it on a cash purchase. Okay, debt service coverage ratio on this particular property. Okay, we're going to figure it up at 408. And we're going to figure it up at 490. We're going to put 20%, basically 20% equity into the deal. Okay, so to show, because the bank's only going to loan 80% loan to value, and we're going to show you what it is. Now, this expense ratio, this 50% expense ratio, in there goes everything. All of your maintenance, all of your taxes, all of your insurance, everything. So your NOI is a true NOI. Net operating income is what NOI stands for, is actually $49K. So if I take $408,000, and that's where it appraises at, 408, times 0.8, because they're only going to loan me 80% of it. I'm going to have $326,000 loan. Go to my handy dandy mortgage app, $326,000 loan. And I'm underwriting this with some very expensive debt. Very expensive debt. You see that? Can y'all see that? $2,430 a month payment. That is 20-year AM, 6.5% interest loan. And it's never going to focus on it. So the reason why I'm putting that out there like that is because if you can get a better loan, good for you. This is the loan we know we can get, right? The small community bank that's there in town, they're going to loan this to you on name and W-2 alone if you're still working. They're going to loan this to you because you have the right credit partner. They're going to loan this to you, period. This is the loan you know you can get. If this is the loan we know the property's going to qualify for. If you have access to a better lender with a longer term AM, I've seen loans as cheap as 5% interest, 25 AM that would probably work on this property. Okay. But we want to underwrite it in the worst case scenario. That's why we're starting out at the 400, at the 12 cap, 408. Remember, we got this property. We're selling it for 350, so they're going to have 25,000 into this. They're going to have to buy down $25,000 worth of equity, so they're going to have 25 grand in it, and we're going to see how you take that. It froze up. You take that $2,430 a month, $2,430, and you multiply it by the 12 months in a year. And you can see you've got $29,160. Our NOI is $49K. All right. So we got $49K, $29,000 over the top of it. So you're going to do 49 divided by 29. And that's a 1.689. So a 1.69 DSCR will be 1.69. Okay. That 2430, that 2430, this property is going to cash flow $1,656 a month. Multiply that out times 12. You're going to make $19,000 a year with this property. Okay. That $19,000 a year is relative because at this particular loan value, you're going to have $26K in the deal, or 24K in it. Don't matter. We'll do it at 26. So you divide that 19,000 divided by 26,000. Probably not right. And that's a 76% cash on cash. Okay. That only matters if it doesn't come in at a 10 cap. Now let's look at it at a 10 cap. Banks, your debt service coverage ratio, banks will allow you to go to 1.25. Someone will go down to 1.2. It's really kind of scary when you're in that range, but we don't like doing it. We like the debt service coverage ratio in that 1.7, 1.8 range. Getting it down into the 1.2 range, it gets really, really, really skinny then. But 490 at 10 cap. So let's do that times 0.8. That's how much they're going to loan us. It's 392. So now we're actually pulling equity out at refi. So we bought it for 350. When we go to refi, we get 392. So we're putting a little money in the bank. Now we've got that infinite return. So let's look at it, put it into our mortgage app, and see what it looks like from a debt service coverage ratio perspective. Okay. See what it did to our monthly payment. Took it from 2430 to 2922. Take that 2922, multiply it by 12 months in a year. Your debt service is now costing you $35,000 a year. Take that $49,000, divide it by the 35, and you've got a 1.4. This right here, debt service coverage ratio would be 1.4. Legal move, they'll allow you to do it. So that 49,000 minus 35, you're making $14,000 a year on this property. You picked up, what was it? 392. So you picked up 42K. Put 42K on this scenario right here. You put 42K in the bank. And this property's paying you 14K a year. That is debt 8. Real estate investing. See this 8's laying on its side? Debt 8 real estate investing. That's the power of multifamily. That's why everybody that you see is all of a sudden a multifamily investor. This is a property that we actually owned. We had a rocky beginning to this, but for the 4 of y'all that made it through to the end, obviously, you hopefully pick something up. We sold this at $350. We had a guy. He wanted to buy it. The doctor and attorney, and we were going to sell it to him for $500,000. And on a cash purchase, we put a bunch of debt on this, but a cash purchase at $500,000, this is a tremendous return for somebody. Now, things that we've done in here that has been conservative, because I think this property is going to do way better than that. I don't think we're going to have a 50% expense ratio. I think we'll be down around 40%, simply because when we finish the remodel on this, there's going to be brand new air conditioners. A lot of the hot water heaters have already been replaced by the previous owner. We're going to put a brand new roof on. These are going to be top-notch, easy to maintain properties when we're done with them. Okay. The other thing is the big loss in small towns like this, because I remember 3,000, is tenant turnover. In small towns, apartments are a little bit different than a house. You got elderly people that'll live in apartments. They'll live there forever. That's fine. That's great. But the younger kids, when they move in, they just don't stay very long. So you're going to have more turnover. That's the only trick in small towns, is getting those tenants that will stay long-term, where in larger cities, people seem to stay longer. The thing I'm noticing between our apartment investments and our mobile home investments, our mobile home park people, even though they're renting the house from us, they don't own their house. They stay a lot longer than our apartment residents. We got apartments that go vacant all the time because people get tired of living in apartments. They get tired of living right next to somebody. When they're in a mobile home, at least they got a small yard. They got all that space. They're not right next to each other, but they're not right next to each other. So I hope this makes sense to you. If you want to learn more, if you want to be a part of some of these remodels, this mastermind is a year long. It's a full year. And we're going to show you how to remodel apartment complexes. I don't know how much more value I can bring. I really don't. January, we start the remodel on this one. We start on our 16 units in Comanche, and we start on our 32 units in Coleman all over again. We started on Coleman. We've hit a lot of snags on it, but now we've sourced the $900,000 to do that. We get that money back January 17th. We have $900,000, and we're going to start the rehab on it. I'm going to be out there in the next couple of weeks, lining up services and putting together the game plan for where we start. We've learned a lot of lessons in the last year, going from mobile home parks to apartments. There's no need for y'all to make the same mistakes. No need for y'all to do anything. Got a mastermind. Show you how to raise the money to do this. We're going to show you how we go about doing it. We're going to show you owner finance. We're going to show you subject to. We're going to show you everything under the sun in that year. It's only for 15 people. We've already sold, I think, 7 spots. So we got 8 left. If you want to be in a year-long mastermind, r2rvegasmastermind.com. That is the website. I'll see y'all. Appreciate y'all's time. Thanks for hanging to the end.